Alright, we are live.
Good
Well,
morning, everyone.
yeah, good morning. It's like 9 o'clock where you are, isn't it?
Yes.
Alright, well, welcome to episode 7 of Plot Hunters. We're almost double digits. Oh, I've got like little stripy things on my face. Here. Yeah, we'll do that. That works. I had to move everything like 5 times to try and find some decent lighting around here, but of course there's like a window glare.
I feel you.
So where we last left off, the party was attacked by werewolves and direwolves at the Blue Water Inn. After defeating the wolves, they heard warning bells coming from the town gates to the north. Varen, Cruz, and Alina decided to head to the gates to investigate, when unbeknownst to them, Mira was ambushed by a vampire named Escher on the opposite side of the inn. Escher charmed Mira into bringing Irina to him. However, the rest of the party was able to stop her from carrying out the vampire's order by knocking her unconscious, which turned out great.
Yeah.
Varen and Cruz decided to carry the unconscious Mira with them to the gates, while Alina stayed behind at the inn to guard Irina. On their way to the gates, they were attacked by 2 dire wolves, one of which managed to kill Mira and knock Varen unconscious. Things were looking grim, but the party was saved by a were-raven named Maeve, who intervened and helped them defeat the direwolves. With Mira dead, the party heavily wounded, they decided to return to the inn, running into Rictavio along the way. Back at the inn, Rictavio was able to resurrect Mira with a raised dead spell scroll, and the party was able to rest in relative peace for the rest of the night. The next morning, the party discovered that the reason the town was attacked was because there was a sacred holy relic called the Bones of St. Andrel that were stolen from the local church. The bones once protected the town from Strahd's minions, but with the bones gone, Vallaki was left vulnerable to the forces of evil. The party discovered that the local coffin maker, Henrik van der Root, was paid to take the bones out of the town and give them to the old ladies at the windmill. During their investigations, Alina and Varen stopped at the local blacksmith to have silver modifications made to their weapons. Alina had her great axe tipped in silver, and Varen had her hand wraps riveted with silver studs. So that is where you guys are. You just left the blacksmith. So it's probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
You said that it was going to take us half the day to get to the windmill.
Yeah, you'd probably, if you left now, you'd probably get there by nightfall.
And we probably don't want to do that, right?
Nope. Not at all.
Okay. So, well, we need to get Maida some fucking silver daggers or some shit. But she's scared of everyone right now.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
I mean, it's expected. I get it. You know, the whole murder stuff. It happens.
Yeah. Are you all together, or did you guys?
Me and Cruz are at the inn.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Right. Okay.
And me and Varen are, I guess, coming back from the blacksmith because we just dropped off our stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are heading back to to the inn from the blacksmith.
How long did you say it was to get to the Vistani outside of this town?
They not long at all. It'd probably take you like an hour or so. They're just right outside of town.
Okay, so
In the forest.
we should get Mira and try to get some silver, and then, probably silver's. I don't know what's gonna be cheaper, silver or silver daggers. I don't know if that matters to her. She gets money.
Well, plain silver will be cheaper than something made of silver, just because there's effort involved in making stuff.
Well,
So we should
I
get
can
her.
meta tell you that she has like 250 50 silver.
Gold.
Silver.
But I think it might take all your silver. I mean, unless we can do the edges of your daggers, because we just have to cut and then push the dagger in. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's what I assume too.
So let's go get you, and then get your silver, and then get you to the blacksmith then. Unless you guys want to go to the Vistani. These are the evil Vistani.
Yeah, these are the mean Vistani. Let's not.
Yeah, let's not mess with them.
What? I don't know. I'm so curious. I'm like, well, I'm curious. I know about Mara, but I'm like,
So I think
last time
Mara's like
Mara hung out with
scared of
us,
everything.
bad things
right
happen.
now. Okay, so let's go back to the inn to get Mara and Cruz.
Okay, so you go and pick up Mira, and you're heading back to the blacksmith. Mira, you have 2 daggers that you're using?
2 rapiers.
2 rapiers. Okay.
Fancy.
And how many gold was it to tip your axe? Was it?
So it was 8 gold,
It was 8 gold.
but I paid like a lot so I could have it like today.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. You did. Yeah. Okay. But how much? Oh no, you didn't. You
It was 8 gold originally, and then
Yeah.
I paid her 25 gold for like before nightfall.
Yeah, but you also gave her like the bundle of silver things to make it out of, right?
Yeah, the
The
sling.
silverware.
I gave her like 5 silverware pieces.
Okay. And then in that case, if you go back to the blacksmith and do you want one or both of your rapiers tipped in silver?
Both.
Both. I would say, let's see. I would say if you pay like 30 silver, do you want just the tip or you wanted the whole thing coated? Because rapiers are piercing weapons, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
So you could probably get away with just
the tip.
here we go again, just the tip. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the tip down the phallic road.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say if you paid about 30 silver, they could just do the tip.
Okay.
So it'd be like the top like 4 inches or so.
30 silver each, or
No total. I think that would be enough.
yeah.
All right.
So as we're walking back, I'm gonna be like, so you guys are never gonna believe what just the fuck happened. So the coffin maker, right? He's a bitch.
Right.
No, I was like, so Jen, you were with me.
I was.
Varen was with me. I was like,
Yeah.
so Cruz, Mira, so the coffin maker stole some bones for money, and that's why the town got attacked. He's a little bitch. And I took his money and I fucking knocked over his meat pies and I made him cry
Well, why did he take the bones?
because they were offering him 100 gold.
But that's so little.
You're such a little rich girl.
Damn. What kind of jester nonsense is this?
Mira, some people are not like your experiences are not universal.
Well, I just don't. I mean, cause like I don't think lives are worth 100 gold. I mean,
Well, he was
I don't
also
know,
like
I
a
just
coffin.
died, so I'm kind of sensitive about life right now. I guess.
Oh God, that is you ever
Awkward
died.
silence.
Free.
Just awkward silence.
Mira, reminder that because of your resurrection, you are currently a -3 to all your attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks.
Oh shit. She should, okay. So she should spend the rest of the day, snapping, 'cause that's real bad. And I don't know what to do. I feel like we should gather like information or something about these like old ladies.
Probably.
We could probably.
At the
go
same time, we
talk
could
back
just
to
go storm the
coffin
windmill.
maker.
What?
Oh, we could probably go talk to the coffin maker.
You guys think the coffin maker is a werewolf?
I mean,
We
I
could
made
also
him
just go
swap.
storm the windmill.
Wait, what? What did you
We
say?
could
Mary?
storm the windmill.
Stone
Yeah, but
Mountain?
that's gonna take us half a day.
Yeah, that'd be at night, which
So
is
we're gonna be
great.
at night, which is like werewolf time.
Yeah.
werewolf prime time.
Yeah, like prime time. So let's talk to this. I don't know if he's gonna talk to me because I like made him like cry a lot
And you stole his money
and knocked
Yeah.
over
Bashed
his
his
pie.
and knocked over his pies.
Okay,
He's honestly probably more upset about the pies.
he's
Truthfully.
he's literally the reason that like a bunch of the people in the town are dead. So I think I was in my right. to do that.
Well, how about we? This is me talking as Mira. How about well, I assume that you guys like told us like, yeah, you just said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So maybe I could talk to him because I don't think you guys. No offense, I don't think you guys are like the best talkers. I mean, you literally told me you killed me, so.
Yeah, and you weren't there when they actually went in and like, basically.
Yeah, it was just me and Baron.
Yeah, so he doesn't actually know who you are.
Me and Mira might have a softer touch.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you guys can go and ask the questions. And I don't know, Varian, do you want to go do something?
Yeah. I think I'm not good with people.
Really?
So like,
Word?
is that sarcasm?
I don't know, is it?
No, I don't think it is.
Oh, okay. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, we can let the charismatic ones go and do their thing, and we can go and, I don't know, kill something.
Okay. I can punch something. I can go up for that.
Let's go kill something.
Okay.
Okay, so just Cruz and Mira are going to go talk to Henrik.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys head back to the other side of town, and you go up to the door. Do you knock? How are you handling this? You go up
I
to the
knock.
coffee maker's shop.
Yeah. Gentle knock.
Gentle knock. Okay. You knock for a moment, and there is no answer.
I try to open the door.
The door opens easily enough, considering that it was. Did you break down the door last time? You busted it open.
I
So-
kicked it down.
Yeah, so basically it doesn't even, it's not even properly latched. It manages to push open just fine. Inside you find a mess. The table is overturned. There are what looks to be crumbs all over the floor. And you don't hear anybody about.
I want to investigate the crumbs.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
They're crumbs.
While Cruz is investigating, I want to I think I'm gonna go into stealth. I'm gonna stealth it.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth. Oh yeah, I should probably get my dice out.
Like a rogue, just like trying to be stealthy as she like looks at crumbs on the floor.
That's an 8 investigation check. They're crumbs.
Yes, they're crumbs.
Would that be a -3 to the roll for that one?
Yes, -3 to all your ability checks.
Would you say
So
that was
19.
a?
What was
Would you say
that?
that was a crummy roll?
Oh God.
I gotta go, actually. I gotta...
Mira, what did you roll?
A 19.
19. Okay, yeah. So you managed to stealth, be nice and quiet. Where are you going? Are you staying in the same room? So basically, you walked into what's essentially kind of just a living room / kitchen, just a little open room. But there is a stairs up to the next floor.
I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Okay,
I'm gonna follow her.
go up the stairs. I need to bring up my map here real quick. I don't.
You should probably stealth too.
Stealth isn't my strong suit. I have disadvantage on that one.
Yeah.
Like 7-foot Goliath.
7. That's a nat 1 right there.
Okay, you go up the stairs, and it leads you into a wide room that has just a bunch of planks of wood, it looks like. You do see a couple coffins that are just sitting in the middle of the floor,
Appropriate.
but there
I
is
suspicious.
nobody about.
I'm gonna open the coffins.
Okay,
Yeah.
you open them up, and there's nothing inside. They're all empty. They all look fairly recently made.
Can I see if there's like anything in them? Like if I can tell, like, oh, it has been, I don't know.
Make
If
an
there's, like,
investigation.
been anything in them?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if like vampires.
Make an investigation check.
Coffin maker.
Ooh, nat 19. Well, -3
-3. Okay.
plus. Wait. Because then investigation, right? God, I can't do math.
16
So okay,
plus
19 -3 plus 4, so 20.
Okay.
Yes.
You can. There is nothing. Yeah, you don't really see anything specific. There's nothing to really indicate that anyone's actually used these coffins before.
Damn it!
I'm
I'm not a master sleuther.
gonna yell Henrik. Henrik.
Henrik. There is no response.
Is there anything else upstairs, or just?
Let's see.
Any, like bedrooms or closets or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's closets. It's mostly what you do find is just like tools, just basic hammers, nails, things that he would need to make a coffin.
Hmm.
Let's see. You do find one small chest that has. It's not really a chest. It's more like a little coin box that has a few coins in it. Probably all that's left of the money that he has after Alina stole all his other stuff.
How much money did Elena take?
100 gold.
She took like 100 gold.
How much money is in the coin thing?
He's got 30 silver pieces and 12 electrum.
See, I only took what was downstairs, and I would have taken that too. Like right in front of his face.
Can I
I don't know
hold on to that? Can I hold on to that?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I guess.
You know, if he's
I just feel so
not
bad.
here,
We're like sneaking in his house, and I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
You just hear Alina like,
I don't know. Oh my god, this glare is driving me crazy. There's like it's glare. There's this like sun glaring straight on my face
yeah, we
from
can see it.
from across the way, and it's like blinding me. Here, well, that's not great. Hey, that actually works better with the blinds closed. Okay, we'll go with that. I can see again. Yay.
I will leave the money.
take the money. He's the reason everybody's dead.
You imagine if Alina were there, that's what she'd be saying.
If this was a Telltale game, you say, Mira will remember that.
Yeah, I don't want to upset Mira more than I already have.
Okay, so you leave the money where it is. Anything else you want to do in the coffin maker shop?
Was there, and there was a room, another room downstairs, or that was just it, the whole living room / kitchen?
No, you did see a door downstairs that leads into another room. It's currently closed.
I'm gonna go to it.
Okay.
I'm trying to open it.
Open it. It opens fine. You see a room full of coffins. There's
open?
about 10 coffins in there.
I open one.
They're
Yeah,
all
let's
closed.
open 'em.
It's open.
Yeah.
Is there a window? Just in case. I'm scared.
In this room, there is not. Oh, no. There is. Yes, there is a window to each side, but they are both boarded up.
Cruz,
Huh?
I know this. I mean, you guys told me about vampires, and I'm still a little bit messed up about death, but I really don't want to see a vampire again until I guess, like, I have to. Let's take off the boards.
Okay. I'll take the boards up the
I
window.
don't have no strength.
Okay. Make us. Are you both doing it? Okay, not Mira, just Cruz. Okay, Cruz, make a strength check.
Well, that's a 9 plus 6, 15.
Okay. Yeah, with a little bit of prying and some help from your axe, you're able to get the boards off the windows, and a little bit of light shines in. It's not very strong daylight because there isn't really strong daylight here in Barovia. Everything's going to be cloudy, but some light comes in.
Okay. Okay, shit. I guess you have your sword, right? Or you have your sword, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna open it.
Open what?
Open, like, I want to start opening the coffins.
Start opening the coffins. Okay.
Mhm.
You go and start to open the coffins, and the lids do come off easily enough. Unlike the coffins upstairs, you do see a few of these that have what look to be earth packed inside of them.
That's not very sexy.
There's what inside of them?
Earth.
Earth.
Oh.
Dirt.
Is it like tightly packed?
It is. They're not tightly packed. You see, some of them look kind of loose. Like there's been movement.
Adriana knows what this is. Alina doesn't because she's not there. But Adriana knows what this is.
Okay, so thankfully Mira's smart. I'm so scared. Okay. She closes them.
Holy shit!
I,
Sorry.
I think we should push this outside if we do anything else to the coffins. How many coffins are there, actually?
There are 10.
Are they all full of dirt?
You want to open all of them?
You want to open all of them, Mira?
You've opened like 3.
Yeah, let's open all of them.
Okay.
All right.
So you go forth and open a few more of the coffins. You do see in one of the coffins, as you open it, is a body that immediately shoots up. The light from the windows starts to burn it, and you hear a shriek. And I would like you to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Welcome to our world.
That's a 20. Plus 1, 21.
What?
Well,
Initiative 17. 17. Would I minus 3 for that one too?
Yeah, it's -3. Yep.
Okay, so basically everything. Yeah, so
So that's a 14.
yeah, 14.
Okay, so Cruz, you are first. This vampire springs up from the coffin. Immediately, the sunlight starts to burn it, and it is shrieking in confusion. It looks to be female, just white skin, translucent red eyes, and long, stringy black hair.
all right. Cool, sexy. Love it. That's a 16 to hit with my short sword.
16 to hit. That hits. Yep. You're using the silver sword?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that is a 4 plus 3, 7.
7.
7 damage.
Okay. Next up is Mira.
Okay, so I imagine like the body coming out like freaks the shit out of her. She like falls down. And I'm gonna use Radiant Soul to like
Okay,
I don't know,
nice.
fear. And then I'm gonna like attack. I'm gonna attack.
Okay, now question: as Radiant Soul, do your wings glow? Does that count as radiant? Radiant light.
Let's see. 2 incorporeal wings for 1 minute until you end at a bonus action. Have 1 attack or skill. I think I don't think that counts, but I do know like wait. And once per turn, you can have 1 attack or spell deal 5 in additional radiant damage. So I assume it's like anything she's touching.
Yeah.
So I guess weapon-wise, yeah.
Okay, in that case, I am actually. Well, I would say. Let me ask you for. Okay, cool. So you do additional radiant damage. Cool. All right. So you go to Radiant Soul, and what do you do? Is that your action? Is activating it an action? Or do you have to? Do you still have an attack?
Yeah, it's an action.
It's an action. Okay. However, the act of going into Radiant Soul, you spew out radiant light from your glowing wings. Immediately, the vampire just puts its hands up over her face, and you see even more sizzling as she takes the light in from your wings. And would you like to move anywhere? Basically, you're about 10 feet back. You kind of fell back when she popped out of her coffin.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
get
God, go
my
away.
crew, or I'm gonna get. God, smart me. I'm like, I want to flank the bitch, but I know you're like, oh God, no, I don't want to die again. So, can I flank her with crews?
Yeah, you can just swing around the side. And anything else you want to do this turn? Is that everything? You have a bonus
I
action?
have my weapon out? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens every time we split the party? I was this close to being okay. Me and Baron will wait outside, but I was like, nah, let's go punch something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's it. All right, so it is the vampire's turn. As the vampire starts its turn, the combination of what dim light sunlight is coming through the windows and the radiance of your wings, you see the skin start to char and flake off of it, and it is screaming in horrible pain, and it's going to take extra damage from starting its turn in sunlight. And it is going to strike out at Cruz, who is kind of directly in front of it. And this is going to be claw attack against Cruz. And that is 12 to hit.
Nope.
Nope. All right. So it strikes that at you, and you manage to dodge, and it's going to try again. It strikes out with one hand. You dodge past that one. It's going to strike out again with the other hand. That's a natural 1. Yeah, this vampire is burning and in so much pain and just blinded by this light that they can barely even see what they're doing. And that is, the vampire is going to try and stand up out of its coffin, but is not going to necessarily move anywhere. So it's basically standing just in its coffin right now. Cruz, you are next.
All right. I'm going to attack once more with my short sword.
Once more with feeling.
Once more with feeling. 7 plus 6 is
13.
13.
Yeah.
13 does not hit.
Cool. Then I'm going to... Wait, I have 2 attacks. I'm going to try to hit it again.
Level
There
5.
you go.
Okay, that is an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
That is 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay, excellent. All right. And are you going to move anywhere or stay where you are in melee?
I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay, Mieta, you are up.
Okay, and I'm going to attack. That's a 7.
That's a heavy roll. I just dunk. A 7 misses. You're attacking with one of your rapiers?
Yeah. With
Okay.
my rapier.
Okay. Do you have another attack? Because you're dual wielding, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Or
yes.
do you? Yeah.
With arm, or I can use my bonus action to attack. Let me do it again. Do it again.
Nope.
That- Okay.
Nope.
So you stab at it.
You get dice.
You stab at it twice, but in Mieta's fear, that's another thing is that it's a minus. You're minusing 3 to all these anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You stab at it, but in your fear, you are trembling and shaking and feeling very weak, and even the adrenaline of what's happening is not enough to allow you to focus, and you miss both times. Next is the vampire. Vampire is now standing, and again, the sunlight and the radiance from your wings is burning it to a crisp, and it takes even more damage. And you see it at this point, it chars so bad that it turns black, and you see it sort of freeze in place for a moment until it's almost like a statue, and then it just crumbles to the ground into ash.
Cool. Easy battle. Love it.
He didn't even need us to kill something.
Ooh.
Opening those windows was a good idea.
Yes.
At this point, you have about 6 coffins open. Do you want to open the rest? You got 4 more.
No, don't do it. I'm not
I
getting
mean,
Well, the more vampires we kill now,
you know, we've got the advantage here.
we have the advantage, and it's day.
If you guys come get us, we can kill them faster. But
It's like at 2, right? Yeah, let's go get them.
Yeah, let's-
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna go get them.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna.
feel like someone should be here.
All right, I'll chill.
I'm
I'll
gonna-
chill on
I'm gonna-
guard.
You're staying in the room?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you have to go back to go get them, they're all the way on the other side of town. So it's going to take you
I'm
about an
gonna lose
hour
my-
to get there and back.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose my radiance.
I mean, you're flying, but it's still going to take you a little bit to get there and back.
I don't know, because I still have the bonus. Well, no, what? No, 2 more people are still gonna get a lot more attacks than my puny 5
I have
rating.
3 attacks that I can do.
Shit. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go flying.
Okay.
Or like
You're gonna go fly, fly dash all the way back to the inn. So you fly and dash. You go get Varen, and what do you tell him?
Vampires, we found vampires. And
What? Oh,
holy
it's
shit.
daytime.
Follow me. Come on, right now. Let's go.
Okay, it's
I don't
daytime.
want Cruz to
Okay. Chill. We're going.
die.
Okay.
I have to remember what. I have to look back at the episode. I don't fucking know what accent it is. But I fucking don't know.
Okay, so you guys go head back. As you're heading back to the coffee maker shop, you do see there's a lot more guards out, and they are rushing to the gates. And you do notice that there just seems to be a lot more alertness to this day.
Okay. You guys should go. I'm gonna ask like one of the guards real fast, like what's going
Stop the
on.
party again.
No. I mean,
As they're running past you.
yeah, as they're running past.
Okay, what do you say?
What's going on?
And she said the burgomaster called for full guard regiment on all the gates. So everybody's going out to the 4 gates to guard them. It's daylight now, so we're not too worried, but even so, after what happened last night, we have to make sure that the gates are well guarded this time.
We're going to kill a fucking vampire.
Yeah,
I'm after this, I'm gonna out this fucking coffin maker, whoever the fuck he is, but tell everybody.
okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah.
Okay, you guys just rush past, and like the guards rush off to the gates. You get there, and Cruz is hanging out. You just chilling inside the room
What's up, guys?
at the ready.
Okay.
I go to the door, I'm like, what? Where?
What the hell?
So I'm like, we have to be really careful. There's vampires, and the coffins.
Can
Holy
I
shit!
kick the coffins over?
I think we can just open them.
Just gonna kick them over. No, because then they're prone, and then they gotta get up.
Wait, hold up. I'm gonna like prep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick the coffins over.
You're gonna kick the coffins over.
Yeah,
Okay, as you go
prep
in.
in action.
Yes.
Just like
with my axe out, just kick
Okay,
them over.
so you go and kick a couple of coffins over, and 2 of them fall over, just normal, and 2 of them take a little bit of resistance, and you hear a sort of groan come out from the inside of them. Except except that the coffin's lids are still on. You basically just kind of tried to kick them, and then they didn't really move that much.
I think I found the vampire.
Okay, let's do it one at a time. Someone
Okay.
sit on a coffin.
I'm gonna
Oh, there's
open.
2
I'm
vampires.
gonna open one of the lids.
You open one of the lids, and immediately another vampire shoots up, screams from the sunlight coming into it, coming into the room, and starts to burn. And roll initiative.
Everyone again.
Everybody again.
Initiative. I got 11.
I got a 19 plus 1, 20.
I got a 5.
I got
Cruz,
a
you got 20 again. Jeez.
I got a natural
The
20 for a
first one
total
was
of
a
25.
natural.
You got a what?
A natural 20 for a total of 25.
25.
Damn,
Nice.
25.
And
What's better than 24?
25.
Also, your girl's damage die went up to a d6.
oh, nice. All right, Varen, you are up. This vampire shoots up. Everybody's at the ready.
Yep. Does my rated action trigger?
Oh shit! I don't have my axe. I have to pull out my hand axe.
That's
oh,
right.
No, I don't have my axe. It's just 2 hand axes.
So,
What?
do I get my rated action and then my turn?
Sure.
All right, cool. So my rated action is just my armed strike. So #2 attacks. That's not gonna hit unless the 12 hits.
It does not.
Okay. I assume a 21 does though.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. It takes 10 damage of the bludgeoning variety,
Nice.
and then I will take my turn, which is what was it? Oh yeah. Hit, bonus hit. So that's a hit. That's the same number. And that's a natural 1. Okay. So it takes 17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. You notice that your bludgeoning or your punches are not doing as much damage as you would like them to do. It seems to be pretty resistant, even though it is burning pretty badly. The punches don't seem to be affecting it that much. And anything else you want to do? Moving anywhere?
Nope.
Staying where you are? Okay, cool. Next up is Cruz.
All right. I am going to attack. There's one vampire or two?
One vampire.
One
One.
vampire?
Yeah, we did it one at a time. 'Cause-
I'm going to attack it with my silver short sword.
Okay.
And that is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
That is 5 damage piercing.
Nice. You strike it with your short sword. It screeches in horror. And is there anything else that you want to do in your turn?
Yeah, I just remembered my second attack.
That's
again, so I'm gonna
right.
do that.
It screeches in horror. It's very confused of what's happening because it was having a nice little rest, and all of a sudden the sun started coming in, and now it's just burning, and these people around it are just stabbing it and punching it.
We've all been there before.
You can ask Mara.
Right, 7 plus 6, 13.
That does not hit. It starts to flail about, and you miss it with your sword.
I'm gonna use. No, I'm not. I'm gonna cool my heels. I'm done with my turn.
Okay, you're done with your turn. Okay, so as the vampire starts its turn, it's still in the same situation as Mira. How long does your radiance will last? Is that's 1 minute?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so it's already gone. Okay. So, as the vampire starts its turn, the sunlight is still coming in the windows, so it's still going to take damage from that. And it is going to strike out. Let's see. It's going to strike out at Cruz, which is the biggest target that's close by that it can see. That's what happens when you're giant. Oh, that was a 4. God. Okay, so that is
As the third party, you should get new dice. As your players, don't get new dice.
It's not the dice, it's me. Seriously, I'm not a very good roller. So that's a 9 to hit, so that's not going to hit you. It's going to try again. Oh, that was a good one. That is a 23.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, it strikes at you with its claws. And let's see, it's 2d4. That is 8. 8 slashing damage to you.
Cool. I want to use my reaction
Oh, okay.
to use hellish rebuke.
Ew. Okay, what does that do?
I point my finger, and the creature that damaged me is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. It has to make a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
and beat 11.
Is this a necrotic attack or no?
No, it's fire.
Is it straight fire? Okay. You said a dex saving throw. It has a really good saving throw. That's going to be a 22.
Well, he still takes half damage.
Half damage. Okay.
Let me find my detail. All right, 6 and 2, 8, so 4.
4 damage. All right. And that was on its turn. It's surrounded by flames and burning even more, and it's just searing. It's not going to move anywhere because it's filled with confusion at this point. It doesn't know what's happening. Flames are surrounding it. It can barely see. So next up is Alina.
So question: if I'm dual wielding, does that mean each attack is to have 2 hand axes?
I believe you hit one and hit with the other. Like, I don't think you can do both of them at the same time.
I have dual wielding. Like, if one attack, I can hit with both. That's what I'm asking.
No, I think it's one weapon per attack. I believe so. Let me just double check that.
Facts. You're right.
Yeah, it just basically means that you can use your offhand to do an attack. Of course, there is nothing on D&D Beyond. Hang on.
About dual wielding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 2-weapon fighting, technically.
Yeah, two-weapon fighting is just when you use the attack action with your main hand, you can, as a bonus action, attack with your offhand.
Yeah, so it's not both at the same time.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to attack it once with my hand axe.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 16 to hit,
That hits.
and that's gonna be 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit it again with my second attack. That's gonna be 15 to hit,
That hits.
and 5 damage.
5
And that's a
damage.
bonus action. I'm gonna use my offhand.
Now, question: your hand axes aren't silvered.
No, they're not. They're just regular.
Okay.
Is everything silver? That's gonna be a 21 to hit,
Okay. That hits.
and 8 points of damage.
And 8 points of damage. What was I doing? I can add things. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Say as with this one, you see as you're hitting it with your weapons, chunks of it start to fly off, and it becomes charred and black, and the same kind of situation as the last one. It freezes up where it was, and then crumbles to ash on the ground.
Oh, cool.
Okay, that was one.
You got one more coffin.
Fucking vampires.
Let's bust it open.
All right, let's do it.
You Okay, you bust it open, and another vampire springs up, screams in horror.
Can I, like,
what-
hold my attack, my action to hit it? Or no, because I'm opening it, so I can't, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're already opening it. But I will say, just for the sake of making it quicker, we're just going to use the same initiative.
Okay.
So it shoots up, screams in horror as the sunlight starts to immediately burn it. And Varen, you are up.
All right, here we go. I got my 3 attacks to do. That I assume with 24 hits,
It does.
and that's a natural 20.
Damn, girl.
And I assume with 23 hits.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do my 2 normal attacks, and I'll do that crit. Wow, I rolled minimum damage for those. It's a 12 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and for the critical hit, we're looking at 11.
Okay. All right. And anywhere else you want to go? You want to stay where you are? Just
Nope, I'm good where I am.
just punching it in the face.
Yes, indeed.
Cruz, you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna get after it with my short sword.
Mhm.
That's not great. That's 10 to hit.
That
Relatable.
misses.
All right, let's use that second attack. That's a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits.
I know that.
Oh.
Second.
Varen, you rolled your crit for your damage, right?
I did.
Okay.
That's 5, 6, 7, 8 damage.
Nice. All right. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Good. Okay. You start striking it with your short sword, and your short sword goes through like butter.
Nice.
And this vampire is confused and blinded and screaming in horror, and it's going to try and strike out at you because you, again, biggest target and easiest, and the one that just hit it. And it's going to try and do 2 claw attacks against you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a natural 2 for one and a crit for the other.
Ooh.
So, let's see, that is 3, 7, 14, 17 slashing damage from its claws as
Cool.
they manage to catch you across the chest.
I'm gonna use my stone's endurance to reduce that.
Okay. And as it flails about, it strikes you across the chest. Blood goes flying, and the vampire feels slightly strengthened by the sudden smell of blood. And Alina, but it's not going to go anywhere. And Alina, you are up.
Okay. Yep, gonna be a 21 to hit
Nice.
That hits.
and 6 points of damage.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 9 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, and it's gonna be a 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
I'm switching die, and that's all I got.
Okay.
So that was my 2 actions and my bonus action.
All right. So you strike at it as best you can. You manage to catch it once. But at this point, the vampire is flailing about and easily dodges your blows, more by chance than actually like focusing because it's very confused. Mira,
Just imagine it like one of those like whacking inflatables.
kind of. You're just like ah! burning, charred. Yeah. Mira, you are up next.
Okay, question. Did Mira? Oh no, fuck. Fuck.
Me too.
I was gonna ask if she like recalled any of the vampires, but no, because she forgot that she died, or that she forgot the whole incident completely. So never mind. Ignore that. I'm gonna roll. Okay, -3. That is 11.
11 does not hit.
Okay, and then I'm gonna roll for my bonus action.
Okay. How big is the die that you are rolling? Because it just sounds like you're rolling a boulder on your table.
Metal die.
It's an aluminum die.
Okay. And how much was that?
0.
Oh, okay. All right. So you strike out at it twice, but with its flailing around, you are unable to actually hit it. And you can stay where you are. There's not really much else for you to go unless you want to back away, and you might get an attack of opportunity if you do. Right now, you guys are kind of just surrounding it on all sides.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay where I am.
Okay. Varen, you're up again.
All right, let's just go ahead and hit this fucker 3 more times. Oh, that's a 12. That does not hit.
Nope.
That hits. And that does not hit. All right, so I get 1 hit on it. For 10 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
which I assume ends up being 5, but
But still, you managed to punch it.
I do.
Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. Radiant damage from starting its turn in sunlight. Okay, Cruz, you are next.
How is the vampire looking?
It's looking pretty beat to shit. It is frying as bad as all the other ones. This sunlight is not helping it.
All right, cool. Then I'll just use my 2 attacks.
I can't hear you. What?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you?
I can hear a little bit.
Yeah, you're just really low.
Okay, hold on. Hello?
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 Hello.
Hello?
All I hear is that Ron Ritchie song. We can hear you. We can hear a little bit.
Just scream into
Yeah,
your
just scream into your mic. That'll be easy.
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
2 plus 6. Hello?
we can kind of hear you. Okay, you rolled an 8.
Yeah.
Okay, and that
Assuming
misses.
that's what it hit.
And that misses. And what was the second one?
The second one is
Oh, now you're back. That is so weird. Okay.
I didn't do anything. That's horrible. The second one's a 15.
15. That does hit. Yeah, 15 hits.
All right. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. All right. That's a 6 plus 3. That's a 9.
9.
Damn it.
All right. And next up is the vampire, and starting its turn again in sunlight, you see it attempt to strike out at Cruz, slowly freeze where it is, charred and black, and then it crumbles to the ground in ash. So yeah, you guys, removing those boards was a good freaking idea, because that sunlight did a lot of freaking damage.
I clap Mira on the back, like, good idea.
She like stumbles over and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
extra weak.
One
Are the other
sneaky
coffins
day.
full of dirt?
The other ones that you kicked over, yeah, they are filled with dirt.
Can I like
And the coffins
roll-
that these vampires came out of was also were also filled with dirt. Not all the way; they're about halfway, just enough for them to lay on.
Can I
So-
roll to see like why is it full of dirt?
I would say,
Like I know, but the character doesn't.
I would say, let's see, what, make an Arcana check.
I might know things. I'm a blood hunter.
That's true.
Oh shit!
And you could, Cruz, if you want to do a check, you can do it with an advantage.
18.
Or 18, yeah, either way. You do know that vampires typically, when they rest in their coffins, they need to rest on their native earth. So the soil
many-
from where they were born.
How
So
many coffins?
you saw about 6 of them that had dirt in them, including the 2 with including the 3 that had vampires in them.
So it's safe to assume that there's 3 other vampires somewhere.
Still out there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they're not in this place, but there may be others somewhere.
Should we destroy these?
Yeah, how do you destroy dirt?
Should we just burn it? We can burn it.
Ooh, can I do a nature check to see like where the dirt's from? Like,
Okay, you can try, but I will say that it's not likely that you're gonna, considering that you are new to Barovia, you may not actually know.
There's a bandage, like
nah, 12.
You know that they're dirt. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know it's dirt from somewhere.
Right.
Should we destroy these coffins?
I think we
Oh,
should.
absolutely. We should absolutely.
But
destroy
should
them.
we like destroy it after we? Should we tell the guard?
I
I think
think.
we should tell the guards.
We can do.
I mean, it sounds like a them problem. We're not going to be back here.
mm,
You know what? Let's just destroy it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah, like,
take
it's-
care of it.
It's really a them problem. They can take care of themselves.
Okay. Who has fire? I'm gonna burn down this entire establishment.
I
Fuck
mean,
this coffin maker.
let's see what
I've got torches.
So if
Yeah.
Cruz, you want to go get that money, that like this is me now, Lena. You wanna go get the money.
Do you want me with my stealth disadvantage to go get it?
Well, I don't know about it, so just letting you know, I was like,
I'm gonna pull Varys up.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
hey, there's some money upstairs in a little box. You go grab that. We can split it. You and me.
Oh my god.
Everyone's just like, oh, I'm putting the ashes out the window.
Okay, you're just scooping them up with your hands and tossing them out the window.
We're gonna burn the place down.
I would like to scoop some ash into a bag. Like
Okay.
a small pouch. And
Okay.
I have a pouch of vampire ash now.
I have 30 torches, so can I just like
That's right. I forgot you took all those damn torches from the house.
can I just light this bitch on fire?
You can. So, Varen, are you gonna go upstairs to help Cruz get the money?
Yeah.
Okay, you head upstairs, and the box is still where Cruz left it.
Awesome. I just like go ahead and like soup it up, and it's what, the equivalent of 9 gold?
How much was it? Yeah, it was like 30 silver.
It's
Where is
30
it?
silver and I think 12 electrum.
Yeah.
You know how much.
So that's 9 gold roughly, yeah.
Yeah.
So I bring the money down. Hey y'all. We each get like 2 gold.
No, I'm going like this.
I'm gonna go like, you could keep it. I just like took 100 gold from this cycle.
But
Cool, thanks. I put all of it into my pouch.
wait, no, the guy. I mean,
Elena's already like putting torches to coffins. Just.
All right, you're already lighting the coffins on fire.
Should we do that outside?
The room is filling up with smoke as she lights these coffins on fire.
Cool, I'm gonna run out of the house then.
Yeah, let's leave.
Okay, everybody's gonna leave. Alina, you just gonna light the coffins in the first floor,
And then leave.
and then leave. Okay. And you see smoke start to billow out of the windows of the house. And what are you guys doing at this moment?
Running out and
Leaving, I think.
getting. Should we get a guard?
Yeah, and be like,
I mean,
Oh,
you
no,
want
the
to
house
tell them that we just
No.
caused arson?
I mean, it's really a them problem. Like they can handle it.
I mean,
We
I feel
would
like
tell
they
them,
took
like-
care of the problem, but I feel like this asshole should like get beat.
Can I do some kind of check to track Henrik?
ooh, yeah.
Yes, you can make a survival check.
Ooh, I'm kind of good at that.
Henrik's apparently still in the building. Oops.
I didn't get a good roll though. That's a 9.
That's unfortunate.
You see a myriad of footprints, but it's hard to really tell them apart in the city. You probably have your footprints mixed with probably guards when they came running back and forth and all sorts of stuff, so that you'd have no idea which ones were his.
Can I try since I met him?
Mm.
Maybe I looked at his shoe size.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. Investigation? 18. 'cause I
Survival.
got
Survival.
nothing on- survival. Better, 20.
20. Okay. You do see what look to be some crumbs on the ground, and they
Stupid
lead.
meat pies.
I'm just gonna go, this fucking meat pie.
Okay, and they do lead a small trail of crumbs that do lead out of his place, whatever it's called, coffee maker shop, and they do head down the road and to the south.
Yo, are we really gonna follow this Hansel and Gretel bullshit?
I mean, we are
Listen,
about to
he
meet
has
old lady.
vampires. He's the reason. He's the reason this whole town. I mean,
At this point, you hear someone scream, "Fire! Fire!" And they start.
Oh, relax, it's fine. It's just a coffin maker shop.
Allie was just like, "Oh no, fire!" Walks the other way.
We should follow the crumb.
Feels like it's fine. We burned down a vampire sympathizer's house.
I'm gonna follow the crumbs.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
go with Selena.
Yep.
All right,
Let's
so
not, let's not split the party again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all gonna go. Yeah.
okay, you head out to follow the crumbs. You do see a few guards rush past you, that seem to be heading to the shop to see where the smoke is coming from. And you head. The crumbs lead further south, and they seem to lead to the gates to the south.
Was this the same direction the guards were going to?
No, the guards that just passed you are actually running back to his shop because they see the smoke coming.
But was this for the direction originally?
But yeah, you
went?
did see some guards go to the gates.
To the south gate or to?
They're going to all the different gates. There's like a couple dozen guards that were kind of dispersing to different parts.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And as you approach the gates, you do see that there are about 3 guards that are on duty right now.
Can I ask one of them like, yellow?
Yo.
Yes.
Привет. Have you seen a small little coffin? Was he small? I don't know.
I don't know, but we'll go with it.
Yeah, he was old, right? Whatever. I'm gonna assume he was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the town's coffin maker by any chance?
And he says, Henrik, yeah. He just he headed south not long ago. Just out the gate.
Shit.
I'm just like, awesome, thanks. I just like walk right past them.
Oh, wait, no. Is the windmill south?
He says no, the
Windmill's
windmill
south.
is back east. It was, well, when you passed it on your way to Valaki when you came from Barovia.
Oh, wait, no. Is the windmill south?
He says, no, the windmill is back east. It was, well, when you passed it on your way to Valaki when you came from Barovia. It was, well, when you passed it on your way to Valaki when you came from Barovia.
So what's south?
We're
What's
looking
south?
at
The mean Vistani.
Well,
Those
south.
Vistani.
Well, if you go all the way, it leads to the mountains. But most likely, he was probably headed to the Vistani.
Okay, I don't want to go there. They might fuck us up.
Yeah, but he's got like lackeys now.
He's got his boys.
What if the Vistani are the ones who put him up to this?
I mean,
Well,
didn't Madame Ava told us that there was some, or the vampire hunter? I don't know, someone told us. It's like, and that this Vistani were working with Strahd.
I think Octavia said.
Yeah, Octavia, I forgot his name.
where is Rictavio?
He's back at the inn. You guys were off doing your thing.
We should probably tell the vampire hunter.
You went to go get Baron and
Nobody gets
and
the
Alina.
vampire.
And Alina, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
No,
and
but
get the vampire.
You're just having a nice day.
Oh, I'm gonna tell the guards, like, if you see him coming back, he was hiding vampires, and then I'll leave. I just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Okay, now are you guys heading out of the gates or are you staying in the city?
Get Rictavio, tell him what to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going back,
Yeah.
heading back to the inn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so lots of back and forth today, one side of the town to the other. So you head all the way back to the other side of town, and head back to the inn. Rictavio, you see, he is in his room, and
I
you
just
see
like
that
walk
he,
in, bitch, we fought a vampire today.
and it's just like, where?
We felt
Actually,
In the coffin maker's
vampires.
house.
The coffin maker had vampires.
He had vampires in his house. He was.
It makes sense because coffins and
Coffins, vampires.
vampires.
He might not have known, but he probably did.
I think it's weird and kinky.
Kinky.
He gives you a weird look, Baron, and he's just like,
Everybody gets very weird.
well,
Everyone's like, what the fuck?
well, this certainly explains what his motivations were for selling the bones. He
I'm
obviously
gonna
was in
tell
league
him-
with Strahd,
And
especially
then
he's housing vampires.
we fought 3, but there were 3 other empty coffins
Yeah.
with dirt.
Could be 3 vampires in the vicinity.
What did you say? Vampires in the sea?
In the vicinity.
Oh, vicinity. I was like, what sea? Okay. And he's just like, that is good to know. The town is will not be protected from them until we get back the bones. So we have to be very on guard tonight.
Sorry. That's something.
Was that you or Alina doing that?
Both. It was both.
Well, hopefully by the end of tomorrow, you'll have the bones back.
Get those
Can I?
bones
How long has it been since I left my axe? I mean,
Yeah.
You guys left it around noon, so it's probably about like 4 o'clock right now. So it's been a few
Yeah.
hours.
Can
I think
go
we should
check?
go to sleep early.
Yeah, but can I go check?
Yeah. Are you gonna go by yourself?
I
I
mean,
don't think
we all have things to pick up. Unless you guys want me to like go get it by myself. I mean,
To be fair, like not all of us put a rush order on it.
That's true.
True.
well, that's your problem. You know what? I put a rush order because I don't know about if you were awake last night.
Oh,
I mean, I was only awake for part of it, so.
oh, fuck.
I'm gonna go get my axe if somebody wants to come with me. See if their stuff is ready.
All right, I'll come with you.
still with Mira, unless she's going.
I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I was gonna say, have a great idea. Let's not split the party.
Okay.
Because that ended so well last 3 times.
Okay. And do you want Rictavio to go with you?
Uh,
Because you guys are heading back to the other side of town. You are literally going from here to here to here to here to here to here all day long.
it's their workout. It's their
Come
workout.
with
Yes.
us, Octavio. Stretch those legs.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, I think Irina and Ismark are doing okay. They're hiding with the in the secret room, so I can go with you.
Good
They
man.
can take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Also, I want to remind me because I'm gonna forget because I've been wanting to do this. I want to talk to Irina.
Talk to her about what?
I want to talk to Irina after we come back because like there's some shit going on because of her, and she was adopted. So I was fucking.
Oh my
There's
god.
something about her and her fucking bloodline, probably. I don't know.
Okay. So you guys head back to the blacksmith shop. You go in and you can still hear her banging away on the anvil.
Hello.
Yeah. Yellow. And she nods to you and she says, yes, yes, your axe is ready. And she hefts up your massive axe. And it's really interesting because it's not just tipped in silver. It's almost like, you don't even know how she had time to do this, but it's almost like it's tipped and then it kind of goes into a silver filigree, a very beautiful design that kind of goes over the edges of the axe. And it's kind of weird that she had time to do that, but it's very beautiful. It looks almost like elvish if elves had axes, which I don't really have. Like, I never really see an elvish axe.
So,
I know, but like when you think about like elvish weapons, you don't ever really hear about axes.
Elves go with bows, dwarves go with axes. Hashtag Tolkien said so.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like,
but
oh,
it's a very beautiful, beautiful design that she did.
I'm gonna give her like 5 extra gold. Like, oh my god, this is beautiful.
A nice little tip, and she takes it, smiles warmly. She says, "Thank you."
Alina doesn't have a lot of beautiful things in her life, so this is like this is the only thing that's like pretty. Everything else is like just it's practical. So she's very excited.
Very nice.
Oh.
I want to ask the blacksmith if she has any shields.
Shields, yes. She does point to one on the wall, and it's got kind of a sort of pointed bottom, and it kind of rounds out to a blunt top.
How much for that?
How much for that? That's a good question. Let me see. Is it
Also,
198?
when you're finished up there, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait until you finish up with Cruz though.
Where are my equipment stuffs?
You guys like my cruise
Shield
voice?
was, like,
I do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I do.
It's nice. It's deep. I think a shield. Well, the one I accidentally had was like 50 gold or something.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll say this one's probably about like 40 gold. It's nothing fancy, but it is pretty. It's not nearly as beautiful as Alina's new axe. There was definitely some care put into
Here it says 10 gold actually.
for
When I
what?
looked it up for the shield.
For just a basic shield?
Yeah, just the basic.
Okay,
shield.
10 gold it is.
And
Cool.
it adds 2 to your AC.
I'll take it.
Okay. So you pay her 10 gold for this this nice little shield.
And I elbow Alina and I'm like, the blacksmith is into you.
So speaking of that, can I tell like what motivation the blacksmith might have had to like do such a nice job with that?
Yeah.
Maybe
Why are you mad?
maybe I just look extra pretty today. You don't know.
Make an insight check.
All right. 21.
21. You notice that the woman seems when you met her first, she seemed like she was a little surprised by your appearances, but there's something that kind of draws her to you. Maybe it's because you are not usually the people that she has to deal with on a regular basis. She seemed like a hard woman, and something about you guys seemed to soften her a little bit.
Maybe I did look extra pretty today. Karen.
Can I ask her, are you from around here?
And she says, yes, I've been in Barovia my whole life. And you see there is kind of a tinge of sadness to her voice.
And your parents?
My parents too, and my family, my daughter. Rest her soul.
Oh no.
Oh
What
no.
happened to her?
Oh no.
How did she die?
Many things die in this realm. It is not easy to travel, and she was heading to Kresk and unfortunately did not make it. I do not know what happened to her, but I can only guess the evils of this land got her. And
It's
she kind of
probably
glances at Adelina and she says, you remind me of her a little.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, she's probably a vampire by now.
I'm gonna like slap it. I'm gonna slap her head.
the woman kind of turns away and just doesn't
Can I
respond.
Can I give her a hug?
Oh.
You go to touch her and she just kind of waves you away and says, "Thank you, but I'm fine."
Okay.
Alina's sad because she didn't really like know her parents, and like it's like
Oh. Oh no.
it's like her daughter died, my parents are dead.
Are you my mom?
Oh God.
Oh, it's that.
No, but she says, "My daughter was very tough, much like you. She was a warrior and used to guide people to the other towns. But leaving any kind of settlement is always a danger."
What was her name?
You gonna make me come up with a name?
Yes.
Let me see. Where's my list here of people?
Her name was. You're gonna make me come up with a name.
That's exactly what it
I'm sorry, you're gonna make me come up with a name, Dad.
Oh, here it is.
Is that an achievement?
Her name is
Was.
yes, Sorina.
Serena. Okay.
I'm gonna tell her like, well, thank you for making my axe look nice. It's like one of the only nice things I have now. So I appreciate it.
Aww.
And she says, "It was my pleasure."
Okay.
And she nods to you, Varen, and she says, "Your gloves will be ready when now that I finish with the axe.
Thank you.
They'll be ready soon."
Take your time. I awkwardly am just like, sorry.
All right.
Just awkwardly turn and walk out.
I'm gonna head back to the inn.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Irina.
Dr. Irina.
Let's talk to her.
At
What's
9.
going on with her?
Okay.
Or young lady.
You head back to the inn, and Irina and Ismark are nowhere downstairs, but you imagine they're still in the hiding space up in the attic.
Okay, so I'm gonna go there if I can.
Okay. Is everybody going with them?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys head up to the attic space, and the Mardikovs let you just walk into the room. It's their private room, but they know what's going on, and so they let you in there. And you'll notice that there's a few more candles. The Mardikovs seem to have done what they can to kind of make this very enclosed, tight space seem warm and welcoming. There is some pillows and blankets on the floor for them to sit for them to sleep, and you see a platter of food that was recently eaten. And Irina and Ismark are just kind of sitting there, talking for a moment.
I'm gonna just go straight up to Irina. Be like, "You were adopted, yes?
And she just looks at you and looks at Ismark, and she says, "Yes."
Did you know your parents? Did you know your parents?"
And she says, "No. Kolyan, my adopted father, found me over by where is it? Hey, maps. Found me at the bottom of or near the falls.
Falls?
Yes.
How does a baby survive? Like,
Well,
Right.
she wasn't in the falls. She was kind of off to the side of the falls.
On the edge. You know.
but
Yeah.
you were still in nature. Which, like, that's like out in nature, right?
Yeah.
But, like, vampires and werewolves. It's like, if the top, like, guy daughter didn't survive, fucking baby. Like,
She shrugs and says, "I don't know. I was lucky that Kolyan found me.
sure.
He raised me for as long as I can remember."
Why is Strahd after you?
Yeah, why
If you
does
don't mind.
Strahd want you so much?
And she
Yeah.
shrugs and she says, "I don't know. I just know that he came for me and does not seem to want to leave me alone."
Have you met him before? Aside from like the obvious.
She says, "From what Ismark has told me, he has come for me, but I don't remember seeing him."
So you don't know what he looks like at all.
Is she telling the truth? Does she actually not remember?
When you say, you can make an insight check, but when you say you don't know what she looks like, she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a coin, and she says, "He looks like this." And you notice that the coin has an image of Strahd on it. And you
19.
recall seeing that image on several of the coins that you have in your possession. 19, she seems to be honest. She has no idea what's going on.
Cool.
She seems scared and confused. Kitty!
You can't see her because she's black, but she's over here.
I can see her. I can see the shadow of her tail.
Yeah.
I feel like I should add a like Nightbot thing for like cats' names. So like whenever your cats come on screen, they'll be like, "Whose cat is that?"
That's such a good idea.
That'd be cute.
Which one's Jen's cat? Probably Freya.
The one that she's always screaming at.
Okay.
That one from the that one from the asshole intro that one time.
Say no. Those are chips. I'm gonna ask him. Is this true? Like, did he find her out in the fall or whatnot?
And he says, "Yes, I was about 5 years old at the time, but she was just a baby. My father came home with her. Said he found her by the falls."
How is he doing over there? Anyway, I know you cannot answer this for me, and he's dead. So, that's all I got. I just want to see if, like, she, like, I like, personally, I feel like there's something in her family or some shit before, I don't know,
There's definitely some shit.
right? But that's all I got. It's nobody knows shit, apparently. What do y'all want to do?
I mean, I do have a nice bonus to my history, but I can't use it because I've never been here.
Yeah, plus, like, we don't know her. We don't. we don't know her last.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
We don't know her last name. Oh, maybe I don't know.
Do you know anything about the other vampires around?
The other vampires? You're asking Arena this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says, "No. What do you mean?" I know there are vampires. I don't know specific ones. No.
So you don't know anything about how Strahd, chooses them, or you've never heard of people disappearing?
No, people disappear all the time.
Well,
But I know that many disappeared when they did the attack on the castle. And you recall hearing about the Barovian villagers that tried to assault the castle a year ago.
Oh yeah, they were wrecked.
Yeah. What's his face? Doru, the vampire spawn in Barovia that Varen was so fond of, was one of the people that came back from that. But
so there's
everyone
a
else
good chance
is
most of them
are
dead
gone.
or vampires.
Essentially, yes.
This makes it
Okay, how far away is this winery thing?
The winery.
Yeah.
Ismark and Arena don't know, but Octavio knows where the winery is, and he says, "Let me look at my map real quick."
Don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare.
Is that Freya?
You're saying that to me? Oh, I see kitty butt. Hi, Freya. He says, "Yes, the winery is further east past my tower. It is from here. It would probably be we'd reach my tower probably half a day. If we did the full day, we could probably get to the winery, but it'll probably be dark by the time we get there."
So it's east, and
It's
the
east.
windmill.
Oh, no, sorry, west. I know my directions.
Okay.
West. Yeah, the
So
windmill
we-
is east.
We would either have to pick to go to the windmill first, and then the tower and the winery, or
I
the
mean,
other way around.
Right
Yeah.
now we have to get those bones back, so I vote
Yeah, we
windmill.
gotta get those bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So
Irena's here.
yeah, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, let's go to bed early, and then. I really want to have like a weapon or something.
Before I go to bed, I'm gonna ask.
Take the lady extra to get your stuff before the nightfall.
No. Nope.
Before I go to bed, I want to ask Rictavio if he knows anything about the undead legions. If he's got like any kind of number ballpark or something like that.
Yeah.
How many people he
also
has?
what we need to do, yeah.
Let's see. Rutavio says, "Well, from what I've encountered, there's no way to know is the exact number of vampires that are about. If there are a legion, as you may say, they will probably be in the castle. There are There may be a handful about. The one that I'm worried about is this one new named Escher.
Did you say Escher?
This,
Tell me
yeah,
about Asher.
yeah.
The one-
Well, you said the one that you called Escher. He's like, that name has come up before. I believe he is
Oh,
probably
he's like-
one of the ones that is closest to Strahd.
Well, if he was sleeping in one of the coffins, he's not sleeping in one of the coffins.
Mara, did you get seduced by Strahd's right-hand man?
Oh boy.
Oh my
shit!
god.
There's a
What?
dog crying outside my doorway. I gotta let him
Oh,
in.
let him in.
Oh, you doggy!
Aw,
I'll trade you Freya for him.
baby.
We're like super confused at the like.
What are you talking about? I don't really. What? What do
Yeah,
mean?
you got seduced by a very, very vampire.
Okay, so
But
if he might have been one of the people staying did any of the vampires that came out have the blonde hair that
Oh
we were
yeah.
talking about?
No. You had one that had black hair. The other two had brown.
Okay, so definitely not the one that we killed, but their coffins are destroyed. If he was sleeping in one of those coffins, we
Yeah.
burned it down. That fire thing was kind of our fault.
And at this point, you do still see tendrils of smoke rising, but it doesn't seem to have gotten out of control, thankfully, because you could have burned a bunch of houses around it as well.
I mean,
No, we committed arson, man.
it's fine.
No one knows it was us.
I've done worse things, so like,
You what?
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 Do you tell
What?
Octavio or anybody else that you burnt the house, or?
I literally
No.
just said, we kind of did the house fire. Like,
I
And
just
he's
looked
just-
exasperately at her.
And he just kind of stares at you. It's like, well, extreme measures, but you're very lucky it didn't catch any other houses on fire.
well, there was 3
Well, how else did-
vampires that we killed and 3 other vampires that weren't there. So I just thought that we could just burn it all and just get rid of the problem, just in case.
Then burn the entire town with it.
I did not burn. Well, if people went there, it's out. So calm down. The fire, calm down. You can calm down.
It's still going.
No, it stopped. I mean, there's still smoke. But
They seem to have it under control.
Okay.
But I was
Well,
wondering
then-
where all the smoke was coming from.
I'm just saying, we've killed more vampires in the 2 days that we met you than you, Mr. Vampire Hunter.
Which he kind of just glares at you a little bit.
And
And-
we
Got a
found
point,
a vampire
bud.
nest. We found a vampire nest.
I think what she
No,
means is we're kind of frustrated because we don't really know what we're doing. Could you teach us how to like what do we need to know?
I mean, at this rate, we should be teaching him.
He doesn't really respond. He's just kind of annoyed.
I
But-
want to ask him if he knows a way to identify werewolves in their human form.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Offer them silver money.
That's one way to do it. He says, in their human form, they look like any other. There is no telltale sign, but they do shy away from silver.
So we carry silver money on us at all times.
You also have, you will have silver weapons.
Yeah.
Just like
Wait, guys.
you can touch people now. 'cause, like,
Wait,
you're-
yeah. I was gonna say, I'll have my hand wrapped so I can like shake their hands.
Hurting
Well,
hands.
You have it like on your
Shocking
knuckles,
grasp.
right?
What?
You have studs on your knuckles, so you gotta like fist bump them or something. I don't know.
Like I got them like studded with small studs around, so like I could just I could just
Oh.
like
Oh,
shake
so the
their
whole
hand.
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Solid.
You could be like our werewolf like detective. Oh, is there? I was gonna ask him also.
Mhm.
Is there any way, or do you have anything that could help us against being charmed by vampires?
You could be an elf.
Yeah, he looks at you and he says, well, you already have some protection just from your
Yeah.
your background or your race. But what am I looking at? I am looking at
That just means to have like advantage, right? Or I'm
You have advantage on saving throws against it.
and
Let
I'm
me.
immune to. I'm immune to being, like, going to sleep by like sleep spells. I'm immune to sleep spells.
And charm, or yeah, you're immune to sleep spells, but you do have advantage against charm effects. Let's see.
Is he coming with us to the windmill?
He was planning to, unless you don't want him to come.
Oh no, I was asking because I want to give him something.
He says, "Yes, I will go with you to reclaim the bones, seeing as he spoke to the priest first."
They keep saying something about the old woman, so it's more than one, and it could be hags, which are never fun.
When he says, actually, let me double check this real quick. Okay, never mind. That doesn't do anything. But yeah, it says that pretty much there are enchanted objects that could possibly protect you from charm effects, but I don't have access to any of them.
Okay. Okay. So just letting you know, the coffin maker had the vampires in his basement. The coffin maker is alive, and he left south to where the Vistani are.
And when you say that, his face goes dark, and he says, "I see." He kind of opens the window and glances out as if he's trying to see what time it is. And he says, "Okay, it's good to know."
Yeah, and he sold the bones to some old lady in the windmill, which is where we're going to go in the morning. So we should probably go to sleep.
Okay.
We should probably sleep early and get as soon as the sun comes out, leave early in the morning.
Well, so, is there any way we can try and put because the werewolves are gonna come back.
Well, you can try to ask the lady if she finished her shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Rictavio my blessed spell scroll.
Let's see. Cool. Yeah. He takes it from you and glances at it, and he says, "Are you sure you don't want to keep it?"
I can't use it. I can't use it.
No. He says, "Okay, fair enough." All right. So Rictavio has the blessed spell scroll. Okay. Anything else? You guys turning in?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, did you guys want to check if that lady had your stuff?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't think she would have enough time to dip it.
I mean, you
What
can
time
ask.
of day is it? Yeah, I'm gonna go ask. I would like to ask.
You're gonna go head back to the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time is it?
At this point, it's probably about 5 o'clock. The sun is starting to go down. But you head back. Hang on, let me read this real quick. Cool. You head back. By the time you get there, the sun is starting to set. And she's about to close up shop, but she sees you coming. And she waves you in.
Never mind. Okay. Is there any possible chance that you could do my rapiers now?
And she kind of smiles at you, and she goes back inside, and she comes back out, and she hands you your rapiers, and she says, "You're lucky. I had time, and give these to your friend as well." And she hands you the errands wraps. And your rapiers are pretty much just straight tipped in silver. There's not really a lot of room for any kind of interesting designs. But you do see that with the silver tip, they do seem to kind of gleam in what little light there is right now. And then you see Varen's wraps. From what you can see, there are the studs on the outside, which look sharpened and pretty wicked looking, but then you see it kind of, there are silver bands that kind of hold them in place that go around each finger.
Ooh.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And I give her 50 silver.
And she says, "What else would you like with this?"
Oh, nothing else. Just You did such a great job. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You like saved us. Be safe. Be safe.
Be safe. Be safe.
She says, she says, thank you very much. I appreciate the business. Take care, all of you. And be
Thank
careful.
you. Thank you.
And I run back.
Okay. And you head back, and everybody turning in. You give Varen her hand wraps.
I actually put them on.
Just kidding.
Thank you.
Oh, now I feel kind of bad. It's okay. Fine.
Cool.
I'll like sleep for 4 hours and then be the hashtag watchdog for a while.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're
you go to sleep with everybody else, and then
Yeah.
get up early.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, where are you guys sleeping? You all
We
kind of
should
squeezed into.
all sleep in the room.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, are you
Same
all
room.
squeezing in one room, or because Ismark and Irina's room is technically empty because they're sleeping up in the secret loft.
Oh yeah, you guys can sleep in 2 and 2 because we're right next to each other, right?
Yeah.
Lofts?
Yeah. There's 2. Irina and Ismark's room is empty because they're in the secret room.
Yeah.
So, and it's right next to ours, so you guys can take it. You and
Okay,
the
yeah. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll sleep in an extra room.
Okay. So you guys go to sleep. As you find your rest, Varen, you wake up 4 hours later. Everybody is dead asleep. It's the middle of the night. Make a perception check.
All right. I don't like the sound of that. 24.
24.
Yeah.
Damn.
As you get up, is your window open or closed?
It's probably a crack open.
Okay. Something catches your attention. You do see a sort of glimmer of light outside your window. Looks like something shining off of a piece of metal.
I peek out.
You peek out and you see Rictavio, and he's got his sword drawn, and he's leaving the inn and going down the
I knew
street.
his ass would leave.
Fuck.
Just shout. Victoria!
Oh my god. Oh my
The
god.
vampire hunter is a vampire. Oh wait, no, he was out in the daylight.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He disappears around the corner of a house.
I pop out and I follow him quietly.
Okay, you're gonna hop out the window, or are you gonna go out?
I'm gonna hop out the window.
How about the window?
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
make an acrobatics check
Oh boy.
and a stealth check.
27 and 20.
Damn.
Okay, so you manage to hop out the window, parkour your way down, and you start to trail him. Let me just glance at my map real quick.
Bless you.
I wish I'd rolled those in the opposite order.
Okay. You see him go down a side street, and he continues moving pretty stealthily for him, being very quiet, generally avoiding any of the guards that kind of come by. A few of them just kind of pass by as they switch their watches, but he kind of ducks behind a building and waits for the guards to go past. And then when they
Okay.
pass, he continues down the road.
Gonna keep following.
Keep following. Okay. Eventually, he gets to an area where you see there's kind of a few large warehouse-looking buildings. In the center of it, there is a gallows. You see an empty gallows, and you also see like 4 different stocks, where they like put people in. And they're empty right now, and there's nobody hanging from the gallows. But you see him kind of go off to the side, and there is his wagon. You see his giant, colorful wagon. He goes up to
Okay.
his wagon, and you do hear kind of a grumbling from the inside of the wagon, and it shifts momentarily. And he says something, opens up the back of the wagon. You gonna do anything?
Is he putting the werewolves out?
Has he already opened the wagon?
No, he's about to.
Okay. May I try and sneak up on him?
Yeah.
I'm going to sneak up on him. I'm going to quietly pull out.
What
an
was
arrow.
your stealth check last time?
20?
You're gonna kill him?
Let me just double check his.
To like knock him
I can also roll a new one if you think it applies.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna regret this. Yeah, I'm gonna regret this. 12.
Okay. He actually has really high perception, so even with the 20, he would still
Okay.
have caught you.
Okay.
Okay, you start to sneak up on him, and he kind of shoots back and looks at you, and he says, "What are you doing here?
I could ask you the
You
same
should be
question.
resting." He kind of looks around, and he closes the cart back up, and he says, "My business is nothing that you need to worry about. I will be there in the morning. You should go back to the inn."
What's
And
the
he just,
cart?
"This is my carnival wagon."
You were talking to it.
And I was talking to my tiger. Do you want to see?
Love to.
And he goes back and he opens it up a
Slowly.
crack. Yeah, slowly. And you do see inside of it is a tiger, a big saber-toothed tiger. And it's awake. And oh, see, there is your giant saber-toothed tiger. And it kind of looks at you. Touch me! It looks at you and kind of grumbles a little bit. And Octavio shuts it again.
Fuck. Ah.
I'm sure you have questions. What is it that you want?
What are you doing out here at 4 in the morning?
And he says, "I was going to let out my tiger. He has a job to do.
Which is?
You said the coffin maker, who was hiding vampires, went to see the Vistani.
I did.
I too have a grudge against the evil Vistani. This tiger was how I was going to settle some of that.
Is he
He-
telling the truth?
Make an insight check."
9.
He's kind of hard to read. But he says, "I have trained my tiger to go after these Vistani for quite some time. And being that the coffin maker is with them, or supposedly with them at this time, I figured we could kill two birds with one stone."
I'm a big one.
I'm gonna like
But I'm
shoot
not
my
there.
arrow at him.
None of us are there.
If this comes back to bite any of us in the ass, I'm gonna be very displeased. And turn around and walk back to the inn. Although I will like parkour up to a roof quietly and just like watch the tiger go.
Okay. And as soon as you disappear around the corner, he opens it up again. The tiger goes out. You hear a slight growl, and the tiger kind of shoots off into the shadows. And you're able to follow it a couple blocks, but then eventually you lose sight of it.
All right, I'll return to the inn. Is it going in the right direction?
It is going towards the south.
All right, I will go back to the inn and continue keeping watch.
Okay. And you go back to the inn, and the rest of the night transpires without incident. And the morning comes. You all wake up. You wanted to wake up right at sunrise?
Yes.
Okay, you all wake up at sunrise. Octavio's back in his room, and he joins you shortly after you guys all get up. And where are you heading?
To the windmill.
Windmill.
Here's a windmill.
Which we technically own.
Is Varen gonna tell us about this midnight tryst?
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
today.
All right, so you guys head off through the through the eastern gates and down the winding road. You go past the big lake again. You see the 3 boats that are up against the water, and you don't really see anything out in the water. After about a couple hours, you hear Varen. You hear what sounds like a voice, a distant voice shouting from somewhere off in the woods.
Male, female, child.
Make a
Nobody?
perception check to see if you can tell specifically what it is.
So, ASL?
21.
21. It sounds like a man's voice.
Okay.
And shortly after, you hear another man's voice shouting from the other side of the woods.
Y'all screams there and there.
All right, pick one.
Rictavio, Alina with me, Cruz, and Mera over there.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure you wanna? I I'm gonna stop you right
Fine,
there.
everyone with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, the last couple of times that didn't end up super
I don't
well.
know toward the first.
You guys are heading off the road and into the woods.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Are you stealthing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody roll stealth.
Oh boy,
Oh, that's not
not
bad.
great. Okay. I got a 9 in stealth.
Oh shit, I have a shit ton of stealth for some reason as a barbarian. I got 20, not natural, but 20.
Nice. Mieta, what'd you get?
I can't do math. Okay, so 9 plus 13 minus 3.
Does she still have the
So
minus
19?
3?
No.
Oh yeah, do I still have the minus 3?
After this night, you have a -2.
Okay, so 20.
20. Okay. And Varen?
21.
Okay. So everybody but Cruz, well, I would say we'll treat this as a group check since everybody but Cruz made it. You guys managed to stealth through the woods fairly well enough. You're making a little bit of noise, but eventually you do come up on a man who is kind of moving through the woods. Doesn't seem to notice you all that much. He's calling out a name. He's calling out Arabelle. Arabelle. And he's moving through the woods, not seeming like he's stealthing at all. He's making a lot of noise, not really caring where he's at. And you hear an answering call kind of over on the other side. And after hearing him say the name Arabelle, you can kind of recognize this other voice shouting, Arabelle!
Mm.
Oh, they're all looking for Arabelle?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do
None of our business.
they sound concerned
Yeah.
for her welfare?
Yeah, you would seem like that they are worried.
Does he look like a Vistani?
From what you can see hiding in the shadows, he seems similar to the Vistani. He's got kind of the tan skin and jet black hair. Doesn't have the pallor of a native Barovian.
The Vistani to the south are the bad ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna stealth back to the road. I'm not gonna give a fuck.
That's fair.
So
Okay.
these aren't the cool Vestani.
No, well, the
Not our
Vistani that
problem.
are around here.
Well, how do we know that he's not
Not
the
our
one from
problem.
over there?
Not my problem.
Yeah,
Does anybody want to test the waters?
I want to test those waters.
Oh boy.
Cause it's in the morning. We would
Should
have
I remind you that these Vistani work for Strahd? Like
Yeah,
the guy that wants us
should-
dead?
We should really maybe not tell them that we're here, because considering Strahd brought us here for a reason, I don't think he needs to know where we are.
Well, I feel like he.
I'm gonna carry Mara away. Like just
Stop.
over the shoulder.
As you guys are kind of quietly holding this conversation, the guy just kind of continues wandering deeper into the woods and screaming Arabelle. He doesn't notice that you guys are there.
Maybe because they're close to Strahd, maybe we could use that to get more info in Strahd, and they might know something. Like the
Yeah,
lady
and then
knew
they're gonna tell
something.
Strahd the information that we know, and he's
Well,
gonna
what if
know.
we kill them after we use the information?
Well, no, Bradley.
oh, yeah, how?
Mira.
Dave.
Like if we give their favor, because like that, I don't. You guys,
Dude, vampires. Okay, listen.
you killed me.
You know.
At this point, the guy has disappeared from your view. You can still
Okay.
hear him shouting Arabelle, but
As I'm carrying her away, and I'm like, the vampire literally charmed you into taking the
I'm gonna
person.
yell out, "Who's
So they're
Arabelle?"
probably
I'm
charmed.
screaming. Who's Arabelle?
I'm running.
okay, you guys take off, and let's see real quick.
This is why we got too unconscious in the first.
You call out who's Arabelle, and you hear an answering shout kind of off in the distance. Who is that? But he's kind of far away.
I'm running.
We can help.
I'm
She's
gonna
over here.
fucking
Oh,
die.
I'm gonna help. She's over here.
You guys are back at the road right now, arguing.
I'm gonna, because I have the ability. I think last time I checked, where I can
Definitely thought you
mimic
said villainy for a
accents.
second, and I was like,
I can mimic accents, and I'm gonna in a Vistani accent. I'm gonna yell out, "She's over here."
Let's see.
So
You
you yell,
should go. I'm over here.
you yell,
I'm running
she's over.
away. I'm just running.
Okay. So you scream out, she's over here in a Bastani accent, and she's carrying you down the road. Where are you running?
Towards the window.
I'm gonna get out. I'm like, Kobe, no, please. No, please.
I'm like, this is why you got shot by a vampire in the first place.
Okay, Mira, are you going to try and fight her to get off of her, or to get her to drop you?
Yes.
Okay, then you both need to make opposing athletic checks.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fail this. I'm gonna fail this last time.
Athletic.
2.
That's 24.
That. Oh yeah. Oh god. No.
So you start to flail, but she's got an iron grip on you, and she's running down the road. Varen and Cruz, you guys following?
Yeah, I'm walking behind them.
Okay.
Calmly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, I'm gonna fucking
Dumbasses.
gag you.
And she just starts crying.
Oh gosh.
Why you died?
Okay.
Because you killed me.
Because you were charmed by a vampire that you want to go and bring his friend back to you.
I just wanted to make sure Irina was safe.
And then
They're not looking for Irina. Look, if we get these bones, Irina's gonna be safe because then vampires won't be able to come in.
If we still hear them in, can we still
What's
help
more,
them?
what's more important, finding out who this man is or getting the bones so the town and Irina is safe?
I don't know.
You literally just said, I just want Irina to be safe.
So you guys are just loudly arguing back and forth as you continue down this road, with Varen and Cruz kind of walking a little ways behind. You don't see or hear from those Vistani. They've disappeared off into the forest, so you don't know where they are. But after a couple more hours, it's probably about midday when you come around a bend and you see a kind of opening in the forest and a hill and a small trail leading to a windmill off in the distance.
Let's do this.
That we own.
You do still have...
Guys, can we make our base of operations the fucking windmill?
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
first we have to clear it out and be like,
Yeah.
yo, this is our fucking house now. We got
That'd be
the
Have the deed. Also, quick question, Silani.
Yeah.
About my hand wraps, I'm seeing 1d6 plus 5 and also 1d4.
I would ignore the 1d4. There wasn't any way of just making a... I had to choose a weapon for a base.
Okay.
And so that's where that's coming from, but just
Cool,
ignore
thanks.
that because there was no way of getting rid of that. That's I don't know. Sometimes the item creation in D&D Beyond is not leaves some to be desired.
I got
Yeah.
you. Thanks, Ben.
But yes, so you got those. So you see the windmill off into the distance as you continue down the side road. As you get a little bit closer to the hill, you see just off to the side of it, at the bottom of the hill, there look to be these pillars, these stone, natural form stone pillars, almost like a little Stonehenge, that is kind of off to the side, off the base, and you recognize a handful of ravens that seem to be circling the pillars.
I
Ooh.
wave
Is
to the
there
ravens.
Yeah,
We're just gonna start heading towards it.
can I see if the pillars have any stuff written on it or etched or sigils?
Okay, so you're gonna head to the pillars and not the windmill. They're kind of off to
wait,
the
it's
side.
different? Oh,
They're not far off from the windmill, but they're off to the side. Like the trail that you're on leads directly to the windmill, so you'd have to kind of go off the trail a little bit to the side, around the hill.
surrounding. Okay.
Can we still see the trail from the?
Yeah, it's not far off the trail, so it's basically the windmill's on a hill, and this is kind of off around the side of the hill.
Okay.
And the ravens are around the Stonehenge thing.
Yeah, they're around the stone pillars.
I kind of want to go to the pillars.
You guys, are you
say
guys
translate
mentally
it.
prepared to talk to some naked randos? Because that's what's gonna happen.
I'm always prepared to talk to naked ladies.
Same.
There's no guarantee that they're gonna be ladies, so just
You
be
guys
prepared
too?
for that.
I don't want to see no raven dick.
All right, let's go hit him up then. Let's see what's
Okay.
going on.
You get to go up to the pillars, and you see that there are 4 of them. They're all probably about 12 feet high, and they've got numerous ravens. You see there's probably about 10 or so ravens that are flying about. One of them kind of lands on one, and you see it kind of pecking at something on the top of this stone.
Okay, Cruz, how tall are you?
I'm 7'10".
Well, I'm 6'3", so if you like lift me up, I can reach the top of it.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll lift her up.
You lift her up, okay, and you get you basically get on Cruz's shoulders,
Yeah.
and you're lifted up high enough, and you see this raven seems to be pecking at what looks to be what's left over of a tiny little meat pie.
Fucking meat pie.
He's fucking here.
I'm black. Who gave you this meat pie?
Cruz, make a perception check.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. He's gonna drop me.
That's a 17.
17. Okay, as you are kind of like tottering a little bit with Alina on your shoulders, you notice a kind of crunching underneath your boot, and you glance down, and you looked at the ground, and it looks to be a handful of teeth underneath your boot.
Cruz says that. He's ugh.
and Alina kind of toddles on your shoulders a bit as you kind of get grossed out by the teeth.
The teeth.
Can I try to get one of the ravens to talk to me? Like get like human form?
What do you do? What do you say?
Can you like not be a raven right now?
The raven's kind of pecking at this pie and kind of looks at you, and it just flies off and joins the raven circling in the air.
I'm gonna get off Cruz's shoulders.
Okay, you hop off of Cruz's shoulders.
I'm gonna investigate the teeth.
Make an investigation check.
Can I looking that he's looking at teeth, can I see if there's anything else on the ground?
I got a 15.
15. You notice that the teeth look pretty small, as if they were possibly children's teeth.
Child teeth?
Alina, make a perception check. Or investigation.
Investigation.
Okay, I want this to be like Hansel and Gretel, please. No.
That's the 14.
14. You do notice that there is a carving on the face of the stone pillar that is in front of you.
What's the carving?
As you get closer, you look at it and you see it
Meat
looks
pie.
to be some sort of it looks to be a carving of some sort of city. And you see that it's carved in such a way that it looks like it's covered in snow. Like the mountain tops kind of look like they have like a snow-capped mountains, and you see the city below. The roofs of the houses are kind of carved to make them look like they have snow on them.
Does it look like the city we were just in?
Not as far as you can tell, but you haven't really seen like a map, so you don't really know what the city looks like from above.
I
But
just figured because we were running around the city.
yeah, you don't recognize like anything that seems familiar about
you
this
should
city.
ask Mira. She's been flying around.
Oh, there! Look at this. Like, I'm just gonna hold her up to it. Look at this map.
Oh, was it only just one? This is a horrible question, and I hate it. But was it just one mouthful of teeth?
As far as you can tell, yeah, there was probably about 12 teeth.
There's no more teeth around.
You look at, yeah, if you investigate, are you guys going to look at the other ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see any other teeth around any of the other pillars, but you do see that each of the pillars does have some sort of city carved on it, but they are slightly different. And from what you can tell, they are of different seasons. So the one that you're in front of was winter, then you have another one that looks like it has a city covered with like blooming trees that could be spring. You have another one that has a bright sun overhead. Another one that is covered with leaves. And suddenly a door knocks.
Oh shit! Where's the door?
Oh no.
What door?
So it's just how many pillars? There's 12 pillars.
There's 4 pillars. There's 12 teeth. But they're all arrayed in front of the pillar with the winter city.
Oh. So it's just the seasons.
Yeah. Just different cities with different seasons. Puppy!
She tried to lick my dice.
Aw, she was blessing
Trying to
them.
bless them, yeah. That's so cute. What's her name?
Calypso.
Aw.
So cute.
I like how everybody has like mythological names and for their animals.
Sadie.
Okay. Anything else you want to do around these pillars?
Can I perception check anything else? Because the ravens are here.
The ravens are flying overhead. They are just kind of some of them land on the pillar, some of them just take off. Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna use another dice.
Did that Raven girl give us her name?
Maven.
Maeve.
Maeve?
Maeve,
enough.
yeah.
Maven the Raven.
Maeve
I'm
the
gonna
Raven.
yell. I'm gonna yell. We're friends of Maeve.
Okay. And the ravens kind of continue cawing. They don't really seem to pay much attention to your presence.
Okay,
My
those are regular
perception-
ravens.
Oh,
What was your perception?
it was 18.
18. Yeah, from what you can tell from just the way the ravens are behaving, they don't seem like they might be were ravens. They don't really seem to be paying much attention to you. They seem to be acting like ordinary ravens. Everything okay, PB?
You okay there?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna head back to the windmill then.
Yeah, windmill time.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys head up to the windmill. You see this windmill. It's pretty old. It's actually kind of listing to one side, and it's got like an onion dome to it. Gray brick walls, and dirt covered windows. And you see that there's a door. There's like a wooden door and a wooden platform above the door that circles around to another door kind of towards the top.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Uh-oh.
She had to leave early.
Okay. Well, actually, it's 8 o'clock, so we should probably call it a night anyway. That's okay. But you guys made it to the windmill.
We'll go into the windmill next episode.
Yes, we'll start. We'll start off with the windmill next time. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us for Plot Hunters episode 7. You guys killed 2 vampires. Good to go. Good to go.
3 vampires.
Yeah. Plot Hunters is a proud member of the Nerdsmith network, which is an awesome network full of tabletop RPG content. If you want to support us or see even more cool content, visit nerdsmith.org. If you're looking for more tabletop action, there is an awesome stream called Countless Heroes that they just started, which is a West Marches style stream at twitch.tv/wearenerdsmith. And they're streaming pretty much almost every day of the week. So it's pretty awesome. Yay! And Plot Hunters will be back tomorrow, or no, not tomorrow. What?
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna say, I didn't hear about that.
Wednesday. Next Wednesday, same time, same channel. Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
See you guys.
Bye guys.
See you later. I am glad nobody died this time.
And nobody came close to dying.
Mhm.